Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
What's on your mind today? Besides sports. I mean, something besides sports.
Besides sports?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I go back to sports? That's really what's on my mind. It's always on my mind.
I want you to just come up with something besides sports. I know that you went through therapy this last weekend and you're feeling better, so we need to expand things for you a little bit. Is there something on your mind besides sports?
I'm trying to think of something. No, not really.
Okay, you're honest about it.
No.
What's on your mind about sports?
Okay, well, I wish, being a Chicago Cubs fan, I wish Albert Pujols would just retire. Just hang it up, Albert, please.
He's got a record to break, probably.
The guy's amazing.
He is, isn't he?
He's just amazing. My Cubbies got beat 1-0 last night to the Cardinals, and it was Albert Pujols who hit a home run. So, kind of seemed fitting, almost, that Albert would beat us at least one more time. So yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about that.
I heard a rumor that Mr. Wright is getting ready to throw his Yankees hat away.
No.
That was a rumor.
Oh, boy.
I don't have that confirmed, but...
I watched him play the Mets last night. I wanted to watch Scherzer pitch. Mm-hmm. He was, wasn't vintage
Wasn't
Scherzer.
Right on.
But the Yankees, cruising 3-0, seventh inning, eighth inning, something like that. Yankees pitchers just cruising along. And guy hit a high, kind of a pop fly ball into shallow right field. Yankees second baseman going out. Yankees right fielder coming in. Oops.
That happens.
They kind of bumped one another and dropped the ball, didn't make the out. I think it would have been the second out of the inning. And then next guy up, boom, 2-run homer.
Well, they got by with that one.
But the Yankees held on.
They got by with
won.
that one. Yeah. That's 2 in a row now. They've lost a lot lately.
They've not had a good month of August.
No, they're probably...
And the Yankee fans are getting restless.
It doesn't take them long to get restless
no, it does
in New York.
not take them long.
Hey, we got a birthday today.
All right, who are we celebrating?
Casey Williams.
Oh, okay.
Pilot.
Yeah.
So it made me wonder if we could, how many songs could we find today in honor of Casey Williams' birthday that had something to do with the plane or flying?
Oh,
so we could try.
The first one that comes to my mind is a country song.
Okay.
Gary Allen, Watching Airplanes.
Watching Airplanes.
Yeah, Watching Airplanes. Would Fly Like an Eagle
that would
suffice?
Work.
Would that work?
I've got that flying feeling. That would work.
Jason Aldean, of course, I'm a country guy, so that's where my mind's going.
Okay, we'll mix it up that way.
Jason Aldean does Fly Over States.
Okay.
That might work.
That might work. Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, yeah.
On the rock side. There's got to be some other rock songs. Maybe we'll see how many we can come up with.
Didn't the Red Hot Chili Peppers have a song called Aeroplane?
Yeah,
we
can play that one.
Okay.
I think we might have played that one the other day.
Yeah.
So today it's Casey Williams' birthday, and we're going to find as many airplane songs and flying songs as we can.
All right.
He is celebrating, by the way, with some very, very, very big stars.
Man, I guess those were a lot of varies.
Well, I mean, look at this. Rick Springfield is 73 today.
You know it. So are you going to play Jesse's Girl?
No. We're going to do plain songs.
Okay.
Otherwise, I sure would.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Shelley Long.
Oh, Diane from Cheers.
Right. That was her. That's what we got her so well known. She's been in some other shows for sure. And last but not least.
Oh, is this the biggest one?
I should let you know that Shelley Long is 75.
Okay.
Barbara Eden.
Oh, Jeannie.
Yeah.
I dream of Jeannie.
One of my favorite actresses of all times.
Yes, I
know.
know.
So talented.
I know you're a big fan.
I have her book right beside my bed.
But you had a. Do you still have a picture?
I have it. I don't have it here.
Of I Dream of Jeannie on your desk? Oh, it's at home now.
Yeah, it's on my bookshelf downstairs, not far from my book that she wrote. I don't know if she wrote it or, you know what, I've not actually read the book. But the picture on front, just reminds me of how much I enjoyed watching I Dream of Jeannie.
Sure.
This is a scary part.
How old?
91.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. That's something, isn't it?
We're getting old, Dave.
Not as old as Barbara Eden.
Well, no, that's true.
Okay, a couple of things we want to tell you about. We can't stress enough that you're invited to the fall kickoff by the Broken Bow Booster Club. They're having a gathering tonight, beginning at 5:30 at Kincaid's, north edge of Broken Bow. And if you can't make it, you can listen to it on KBBN 95.3 FM. Brent will be broadcasting with coaches and different team members, cheer club, and just about everybody, some businesses maybe that help sponsor this. So that's all going to be going on over the radio and over the loudspeakers at the event. And there's no cost to get into the event. I think the boosters will be firing up the grill, and so you can purchase a brat or hamburger there, make a little money for the boosters while you're there, and have your evening meal.
There you go.
And if you can't get there, you can listen to it on KBBN tonight, 5:30 to what time?
When we're done.
When you're done.
It'll go, I'm sure, till 8 or maybe even closer to 8:30.
All right.
We'll see.
Okay.
It's a school night, so.
That's right. School nights, you got to be careful on school nights.
But we look forward to it. Somebody asked me the other day, how many has this been for the Booster Club kickoff? Because I think this was started before I came back, so I'm not sure how many total years that we've worked with them on this.
Well,
has it been 10 yet?
Well, I don't know because
this will be my 6th one, I think.
Well, Tim Donnelly was here 3 years, and I think he did it all 3 years that he was here. And I don't think Brandon Peoples did it. So, yeah, 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Probably 9. Yeah.
Well, we really say thanks to the Athletic Booster Club for asking us to be a part of the event. We just love it. I think it's pretty obvious to know that we all do. We love calling sports here at KCNI KBBN. So to be involved and visit with the coaches and the players as they get ready to start the year, it's a real honor and privilege. So we look forward to being there tonight.
All right. Thanks, Brent. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Companies of Broken Bow, Callaway, and Myrna are providing music Thursday in the square in Broken Bow. And they have hired the Platinum Pearls to perform. Sounds like a little bit of maybe 50s, 60s music, just guessing.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about them. It's a trio. So that should be a lot of fun to listen to. And ahead of that, Nebraska State Bank is going to have an ice cream social. I bet there'll be a big turnout for that. They'll start at 5 and go until they don't want to play music anymore. I think the music starts a little later than 5. The ice cream social starts at 5. And Nebraska State Bank is bringing this to you Thursday night. And then throughout the summer, there's been businesses like State Farm here in Broken Bow, Power Solutions out east of Broken Bow, American Family Insurance, Broken Bow Legends and Neighborhood Grill, Square M Accounting, the Grocery Cart, Custer Federal State Bank, and Bruning Bank, along with Nebraska State Bank, have been, bringing you these Thursday night affairs. And people really appreciate it. It goes great with the market on the square, which happens earlier in the day. So that's going to be fun on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So you can take your radio along and listen to sports coverage on KBBN while you're in the park.
There you go. Yeah. Our high school sports coverage on the radio will begin this week on Thursday. on KBBN 95.3 FM. The guys will be in Myrna as Anselmo Myrna hosts Twin Loop to kick off our high school football coverage for the year. That'll be Thursday night. 7 o'clock kickoff is when it's scheduled for. And then I'll be going over to Hershey as we'll cover the Broken Bow volleyball season opener, as the Lady Indians will open on the road against Hershey. And we'll have that for you on KCNI, 1280 AM and 96.3 FM. Varsity match is scheduled for 7 o'clock. I did visit with the Hershey AD yesterday, and they've given us permission to take our video camera. And so we're hoping to provide a live video stream accompanied by the radio call of the Broken Bow Hershey volleyball match Thursday night.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Brent. This is National Sponge Cake Day.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I can say I've ever had a sponge cake, honestly. I think maybe I've eaten something that I thought was a sponge cake, but I really don't know if it was.
The original Caribbean treat was a Caribbean treat believed to date back to the 1600s. In 2000, I'm sorry. My apologies. In 2017, a baker in England made the world's largest sponge cake. It was 5 feet wide, weighed 700 pounds.
Whoa.
He used 58 cartons of eggs, a quarter ton of flour, and needed a forklift to get it out of the giant industrial oven. By the way, the cake that size would have been about 950,000 calories if you ate the whole thing. I don't know if this means anything to you. It doesn't to me, but the 15th anniversary of the hashtag is today. 15,
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still call it a number sign.
I do, too. 15 years ago today, the first I didn't know what it was for a while. People kept saying hashtag, and I'm going,
honestly,
what the heck is that?
I didn't either. I was right there with you.
Well, it's used on Twitter, as you know, and it was the idea of a computer engineer, Chris Messina, who thought it would be a good way to categorize everyone's tweets and group messages. That was started 15 years ago today.
Wow.
A day in history, and famous day.
Yeah. Wow, 15 years ago. We've had social media for at least 15
more than that.
years. Well, yeah, more than that, but wow.
Yeah, the tweeting,
Yeah.
We won't even go into that right now.
Okay.
Let's play. We got school lunch menus. Got to do that.
Oh, we do. Yes.
Yeah.
You want me to start?
If you have them, I had mine for a while.
Okay.
Lost them.
Anselmo Myrna today showing chicken pot pie, baked pork fritter with biscuit, or fresh baked turkey and cheese sub. Choices today at Anselmo Myrna.
Cozad, chicken and waffles. Peanut butter and jelly with hard-boiled egg, taco salad, cornbread, fresh garden salad, lemon butter broccoli, fresh fruit, cinnamon apples, and milk. Also, bacon turkey avocado club, and all the condiments at Cozad.
Arnold today, it shows a sandwich for lunch today at Arnold.
At Thedford, it's Philly steak sandwiches, I guess waffles. There we go, waffles for breakfast, and Philly steak sandwiches for lunch. And that was probably the case on Cozad, too, although it doesn't say that. It says chicken and waffles.
Litchfield today, chicken nuggets and mac and cheese on the menu at Litchfield.
Is that a dish? Chicken and waffles?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
that sounds good to me.
I did. Not like the hashtag.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Broken Bow Middle and High School today, they're having soft-shelled beef tacos, fish nuggets with dinner roll, fresh baked turkey and cheese subs, fresh yogurt and cheese platter. Grill station includes crispy chicken sandwich basket. They're going to have vegetables, fruit, and milk with those cuisines.
Callaway today, serving hamburgers for lunch today.
And at Ansley today, Mexicala boat.
All right. Let's see. At SEM today, and I hope, I hope this is right. It kind of, when these were printed off, it cut off a day and then picked it up somewhere. And so I think
It's
that
tough,
for
isn't it?
today, Tuesday, this is not as easy as you folks may
that's
think.
a rough one.
Tuesday, August 23rd. It looks like walking tacos, I believe, at SEM today. Those are your school lunch menus. Here's your menu today for the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow, where today they will feature a chicken salad sandwich, coleslaw, macaroni salad, and strawberries. That's today at the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow.
All right, thank you very much. Let's play the game. It's Tumbleweed Day today.
Yes, we're asking questions about peaches because it's Peach Month. I didn't even know this existed. There's a cross between a peach and a nectarine. Did you know that?
Yes, what's it called? It's
Well, now careful, that's our question.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So, that's okay. What is the cross between a peach and a nectarine called?
I should know that. I should know that.
I honestly didn't know. We're just talking about a lot of things that you and I don't know.
That doesn't
today.
take much,
Anyway.
but yeah.
All right, so what is the cross between a peach and a nectarine called? Your choices are a peacherine, a tangerine, a mandarin, I'm sorry, or a prune. Those are your choices. What is the cross between a peach and a nectarine called? Is it a peacherine, a tangerine, a mandarin, or a prune? If you know, call us at 872-2801. Eat at the restaurant where everything is right. The food, the service, the atmosphere, and the price. At the Tumbleweed Cafe, they look forward to serving you. Their menu is filled with home-cooked meals you're sure to enjoy. When your plate is clear, don't forget to choose one of their delicious desserts. You'll enjoy the many things that make Tumbleweed the favorite dining spot of so many folks. Whether passing through or setting a destination, enjoy your next meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Well, maybe other folks didn't know either. What's the answer?
It's called a peacherine.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have that in my head.
Yep, a
wouldn't have got that right.
peacherine.
I'll be darned. I'll be darned. Well, all right. We're learning.
Yeah. I'm really starting to feel bad now, too.
Why?
Well, you said what's on your mind, and then you said something that's not sports related, and I couldn't come up with anything. I'm feeling kind of bad.
Oh, don't feel bad
about that. I could have said, well, you know, I don't know. I could have said something nice about my family. I'm thinking about my family and how blessed I am to be a part of my wonderful family.
Well, you just did.
Okay. Yeah.
You're covered now.
Well,
Start feeling better.
All right, I will.
In 60 seconds, we're going to bring you Logan Gerardin from Arrow Seeds. Stay tuned.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow invites you to save all August long with these prices and more. Visit them soon just south of the square. Start or end your day right with Listerine in either Cool Mint or Fresh Burst. Your choice at $6.79. Bengay Ultra Strength Cream is $6.79. Or get Lidocaine 4% Cream for $6.19. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
11 before the hour. Logan is in the studio from Arrow Seed. How you doing, sir?
Oh, a little bit on the fatigued side, but I'm good.
Fatigued?
Yeah.
Or / tired?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, my son had his tonsils taken out yesterday, so I was in the hospital all day with him.
You know, that doesn't happen as often as it used to. I think it almost was standard back in the 1960s. You just expected that sooner or later they're going to take your tonsils
Right.
out.
Well, I mean, good for him. He's going to feel a lot better.
Yeah, no kidding. Because if they're causing problems, they don't really, it's kind of like some other parts of our body. We can get along fine without them.
Exactly.
In fact, better in this case, right?
Yep.
I hope
Yep.
he's doing okay.
So he should be doing fine. He got an ice cream cake.
Oh.
And, something nice and cold. It was actually in the form of, like, it was a Dairy Queen cake, but it looked like a clock. So we ate that. It was pretty time consuming, but we got it. We got it eaten.
Logan. Oh.
I had a lot of time yesterday.
Yeah, obviously.
So
well, I'm glad it all worked out.
But yeah, he's doing good. He'll be home today.
Good.
So,
Good.
so yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Yeah, what's going on at Arrow Seed?
Well, let's get this show back on the tracks.
Yeah.
You know, when you ask Brent what was on his mind, you know, and he, you know, family and all that good stuff. You know what's been on my mind?
No.
Grilling.
Oh, I grilled last night.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, good. Well, did you know that if you come into Arrow Seed today, you can get $50 off one of our grills?
$50.
Really?
$50 off.
Now, is that today only?
It is.
Okay.
It is flash sale.
Love that.
So if you're in the market, or maybe you're not even in the market for a new grill, why not come in and get one?
And that's on every size that you have, or
so
just
that's
one
on
particular size?
No, that's on the 3 sizes that we've got.
Okay.
The small, medium, and large.
All right.
Is the best way to put it. You know, but with that whole Inflation Reduction Act that was passed, you know, why not reduce the cost on some grills?
Absolutely. You're getting into the spirit. Good for you, Logan.
You know, share the wealth, right?
Now, there's one of these. Is it just one of them that has the griddle?
Yes.
So, okay, now which one is that? Is that the middle one?
Yep, that's the middle one. That's the 800.
Okay.
Those are an awesome grill. If I had to do it over again, and I had the option when I bought mine, they didn't have the 800 yet, so I got the 1050, which is the big dog.
Yeah.
I love it. Would I love it even more if it had a griddle?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. The 800 has a griddle, so that's pretty versatile.
Nice.
You know, Blackstone cooking is the thing right now. Well, why would you need a separate Blackstone and a separate grill when you could get all in one?
There you go. Combine
I mean,
them.
it's a no-brainer.
And Logan, these grills, I know there's all sorts of different grills anymore and all different ways to heat them up, but you like the way these heat up.
Yes, so this is a charcoal grill, but it's not a conventional charcoal, I guess is the best way to put it.
It's not like
it's not like an old Weber kettle grill. You know, those old Webers, whatever charcoal you put in there, it's not gonna last more than a cook or two because you can't shut the airflow completely off. With these Masterbuilt grills, that charcoal is going to last a lot longer because it's all air sealed, or it's all airtight, but the way that it heats is there's a fan that forces air through it, so it's only burning a very small portion of that charcoal at the same time. It's not the whole hopper full of charcoal.
And this is really hard, high-quality charcoal too, right?
Yeah, and you can use whatever charcoal you want.
Okay.
What I've found, the briquettes, you know, like the Kingsford or X, Y, and Z,
right?
They stack so tight, there's not a lot of room for that air to flow through, so you don't get the same effectiveness, I guess, as the kind of the natural lump charcoal that has a lot of space for that air to go through, which more air equals more heat equals more efficient cooking.
And a great flavor.
And a really, really good flavor.
Yeah, there's hard to beat the charcoal flavor.
It is, you know, and so my 3-year-old Jasper can light my grill. He can do it himself. That's how easy these are for being a charcoal grill. There's not a whole lot to them.
Nice.
That's nice.
So
just a little spark button, I assume.
No, you put a fire starter in it.
Oh, okay.
Underneath, so where the charcoal sits, there's a grate underneath of there. You slide your fire starter in there and start that. Kick your fan on, let it go for 2-3 minutes, shut it all up, and let her heat up.
Away you go.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. And you're taking $50 off today.
$50 off.
Today only.
Today only.
All right, folks, there's your chance.
Yep.
Save a little money.
Well, yeah, you know, it's one of those things that $50 can go a long ways. This day and age might get you a quarter tank of gas, but
Get you some charcoal.
Exactly. Get you a couple bags of charcoal, get you a grill cover.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get you quite a bit of accessories.
Oh, there you go. Okay. You want to talk a little bit about cover crops? It's the 23rd day of August.
It is. Have you planted your cover crop yet?
No, still have tomatoes going.
Are your tomatoes finally doing something now that it's started to cool down a little bit?
Well, we have about 5 on the windowsill that we brought in that were pretty close. And I noticed yesterday looking out, I could see some darker red. So I think it's beginning to happen, but it's been a long time.
It has. So tomatoes don't ripen when it's over a certain temperature. And it's been over that certain temperature. It's like 85 or 80, mid 80s. It's been over that temperature
a lot.
Pretty much all summer.
Yeah.
All gardening season. So if you've got a whole bunch of green tomatoes or ones that just, they don't seem like they're turning, these few days that we've had that have been fairly mild, they'll start turning real quick.
We're going to have a bunch all at once, and that's okay because you can chop them up and freeze them and make sauce out of them. Or just slice them up and eat them too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that will pickle the green tomatoes as
That's
well.
True. Or fry them.
Yeah. The pickled green tomatoes, like especially if they're little like cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, go really good on a Bloody Mary.
Okay, just a little cherry.
Yep, just a little pickled cherry tomato on a skewer, as a garnish, I guess.
Yeah.
Throw some pepperoncini peppers on there too, and have yourself a Bloody Mary on a Saturday, watching the Huskers hopefully not let us down anymore. But we'll see.
Please don't bring that up to Brent. He gets so nervous about it.
Yeah. Well, that's been another thing that's been on my mind.
He's
drinking Saturday.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid again this fall, and I'm hoping that this time around it doesn't backfire on him.
No,
we're golden. We're golden on that front.
Okay.
So, but what's really fun during Husker games or Husker Saturdays in general? Firing up the grill.
Absolutely.
There's nothing better.
Nope.
So.
All right. Okay. Anything else you wanted to highlight?
If you have some spots in your garden that might be bare right now that you might want to get a fall crop, you can always do fall planted beets or turnips or radishes. Those would do good planted now.
And bare spots in the garden?
Yeah.
And
they'd produce a crop for you.
They would before winter.
Yep.
Okay.
It's essentially the same timing as if you plant it in the spring. It's just temperature wise it's reversed. In the spring it's cool, getting hot. Right now it's hot getting cool.
Okay.
So it's the back half of the gardening season.
All right. We got a couple minutes here. Boy, the weeds this summer, they can grow anywhere, and there's some dead spots in our yards due to the spring that we had and the summer and a lack of moisture, and the list goes on and on. And you can, even if you spray them, they're still surviving in some cases. You talked about replanting, but fall's normally a very good time to replant, reseed. You're kind of leaning towards spring, aren't you?
Yeah, it depends. If you can get the weeds under control, you'll be fine.
Okay.
But that might be somewhat difficult depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Fall planted turf usually does pretty good if done correctly. So
you want to talk real quick also about maybe planning for next year with your STEP program that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got our 5-step fertilizer program. Right now we'd be just getting ready to gear up for step 4, which would be broadleaf weed control. So the thing with weeds is you want to knock them out when they're starting to transfer energy from the leaves to the roots. If it's too hot, if they're not ready to store that energy for the winter time, you just burn the tops of them off, and then they come right back. You don't actually get rid of them. So that's our 4th step that's going to be coming up here in September, which is just right around the corner.
Coming up quick.
It's coming up real quick. And you don't have to be on our 5-step program by any stretch of the imagination. You can come in and say, hey, I need whatever fertilizer is going out the door right now, and we can get you covered.
Okay.
If you're on our 5-step program, or you want, if you want more information on our 5-step program, you can come on in and we can give you the literature on it, kind of how it works and timing of stuff, cost for this year, which is up there, but that's just the nature of it. Fertilizer took a kick in the shorts, and it got pretty steep pretty quick.
Yeah, quite a few things along with that. So we understand that part. But it goes quite a ways, and it's if you don't do it, then you're not going to have success. So.
And with our 5-step program, you give us the square footage that you've got, and we calculate how much fertilizer you need for that, so you're not ending up buying a lot more than you need.
That's good.
How many times have you had a half-open bag of something in the corner of the garage, and you go, oh, I forgot I had that, as you're putting another half-emptied bag into the corner of the garage.
Yeah. And you forget about it, and later it starts seeping stuff, and it gets out on the floor. And how do I know that? Well, like everything else, you learn the hard way.
You know a thing because you've seen a thing or two.
Yeah, there you go. And you can avoid that because you guys can give the exact amount that you need and what level to apply it on.
Yep, exactly. And that's one of the benefits of our 5-step program is, I guess, that extra step in getting you what you need.
Okay.
So come on in and see us. Like I said, you don't have to be on our 5-step program to get the same fertilizer. However, to get the exact amount that you need, you will need to be on our 5-step program.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Logan.
So, thanks, guys.
Good having you in. I'm glad everything went well with your son. And
I am too.
Yeah. So it's a little scary. I mean, even just having tonsils out's a little scary whenever.
Yeah, he was not a fan of the handoff to the surgery team.
I'm sure.
That was like the ultimate betrayal in his mind.
Well, good news is he'll get over it.
Oh yeah, he'll get over it, and he'll feel so much better in the process.
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
all right, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Arrow Seed open Monday through Friday and half days on Saturday in downtown Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Former President Trump's lawyers are asking a judge to appoint a third party to review documents taken during the search at Mar-a-Lago before Justice Department officials looked them over. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
At this point, I think a judge would probably inquire how far along the investigation already is in terms of doing the work that a special master would do.
Two congressional Democrats, Jerry Nadler and Carolyn Maloney, vying to hang on to a single seat in today's New York primary. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
These are two members who've been around a long time, but don't have any experience running against each other because they never had to. They've been forced together through a redrawn map.
They're cleaning up after historic and deadly rainfall in and around Dallas. CBS's Bradley Blackburn.
The area experienced the equivalent of a summer's worth of rain in just a single day. Entire neighborhoods were submerged.
Just panicking because I just wanted to get out of my car and get out of the water.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. One person was killed and 3 others were injured in a 2-vehicle crash in Butler County Sunday evening. According to the Butler County Sheriff's Office, the collision happened at around 6:15 p.m. at the intersection of Highway 15 and Highway 66, about 11 miles north of Seward. The Sheriff's Office said the first vehicle was traveling westbound on Highway 66 and failed to stop at the stop sign before entering onto Highway 15. The second vehicle traveling southbound on Highway 15 collided with the first vehicle as it traveled westbound through the intersection. The driver of the first vehicle was pronounced dead at the scene. The passenger of the first vehicle was initially treated at the scene and airlifted to Lincoln. The driver and passenger of the second vehicle were transported to Butler County Healthcare Center for non-life-threatening injuries. The names of the people involved in the crash have not been released. Rescue personnel who responded to the collision were the David City Volunteer Fire Department, the Brainerd Fire Department, and the Dwight Volunteer Fire Department.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, Here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, where Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin says the team's starting quarterback job will be decided in the final weeks of practice and in the team's final preseason game. On the field, the Jets beat the Falcons 24-16 in preseason Monday Night Football. The Falcons had quarterback Marcus Mariota in the lineup in this one. He was 6 of 10 passing for 132 yards with a touchdown and interception. Jets quarterback Joe Flacco, expected to start the season opener, did not play in this one. The Cardinals edged the Cubs 1-0. Albert Pujols drove in the game's only run with his 693rd career home run. It was his 7th home run in the last 10 games, and he's 7 home runs away from joining 3 other men in baseball history who have reached the 700 homer mark. That would be Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Barry Bonds. The Brewers shut out the Dodgers 4-0. That is LA's first home shutout loss of the season. Braves beat the Pirates 2-1. Atlanta's 3 back of the Mets in the NL East race.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. Plentiful sunshine across the area for today, with high temperatures working up into the lower part of the 90s. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, will drop back to a low of 58. For Wednesday, a mixture of clouds and sunshine with lower 90s for high temperatures. For your Thursday, partly cloudy, back to 87. And Friday, a slight chance for rain, high of 86 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Big Tech and the Deep State have an alliance to stop Donald Trump. Dick Morris reveals their dark plan in his new book, The Return. It also reveals Trump's secret plan to win in 24. A #1 Amazon bestseller, The Return says America is at risk. Newsmax says you must read it. Get Dick Morris's The Return or see the free offer and save $28. Call 800-NEWSMAX, 800-NEWSMAX, or go to thereturn911.com. Thereturn911.com.
Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
Oil keeps going up. Hedge against inflation and the downturn in the stock market. Get in on the next major oil boom now and help make an investment that can potentially pay you monthly income for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you are an SEC-accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call 1-800-278-7455. That's 1-800-278-7455.
Currently 64 under a mostly sunny sky. Winds are light out of the southwest. Barometric pressure remains steady this morning at 30.05. Humidity at 72%. High yesterday was 91 with an overnight low of 57. Sunset today at 8:27. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:56. And again, we have measured 29 hundredths precipitation so far in this month of August. 64 and mostly sunny. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on a Tuesday. And we have Team Physical Therapy as our next guest. And Derek Lanowski is here. Derek, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we were kind of talking before we went on, and you mentioned that it would be okay to talk about football. That means I'm out of this conversation because Brent Amperson will take over this conversation, which is fine with me.
Well, yeah, it's football season, but it's high school fall sports season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that you guys have already been maybe working with athletes as they work their way through fall camp or come out of conditioning and make sure that they're ready to go.
Yeah, we've seen a decent amount in our clinic already, and then they're doing a new concussion protocol, so kind of getting that stuff figured out. But yeah, here this week we'll start. We pretty much do Broken Bow, Ansley, Litchfield, Twin Loop, kind of covering all their games and getting to what we can. So yeah, kind of exciting for that stuff to be starting.
You mentioned concussion protocol, and I apologize if maybe you may not know the answer to this question, but for the protocol, does that come from somewhere else as far as how to handle concussions, or do you guys kind of based on information and things that are sent down to you come up with your own base test for concussion protocol, or does that come from some other entity?
So as from what I understand, there's state regulations like NSAA has their rules. And then a lot of it kind of comes down to doctor by doctor, kind of what they think. And so we're talking about technology actually. What they started doing with Alyssa, the athletic trainer, has been doing a lot of it with the high school kids. You use your phone now, and it tests like reaction time and balance and all sorts of stuff. So that's kind of our thing, is just finding like the baseline and then making sure they're pretty much back at baseline before they go back to sports. Yeah.
And I'm sure establishing that baseline is really important.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they've been busy with the last few weeks, just because there's so many kids between all the schools and high school and junior high. I mean, if you're doing any sport, you have to do it, I think, is the state rule, basically. So even if it's a sport where you're probably not as likely to get a concussion, you still need to have that baseline. But
yeah, well, I know that you guys are very busy going off to different games, and the one thing that I've noted, I mean, I've kind of been calling games for a while now, but the one thing I've noticed, no matter where we go, whether it's locally or even when we're going to away games, it seems like people in the physical therapy profession, especially, someone is there on the sideline now in case something happens to an athlete. And I know that team physical therapy gives a lot of their time to cover area games and area athletes, but I applaud you for doing that, because it's important to have someone on the sideline to check the situation as it happens.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean, it's good, anything from, a cut on their arm that needs taped up to whatever, a more serious injury. I mean, I think a lot of us are in physical therapy because we like sports, so half the time it's just a good view of a football game or whatever.
But you never know when you're going to be needed, do you?
Yeah. So you go hoping not to be busy, but be there. Hope if something happens, you are there.
Yeah. I believe now you do dry needling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How that seems to be something that is being used more and more in certain situations, isn't it?
Yeah. And it just kind of depends patient to patient on different stuff. I think it's been helpful for like the younger high school kids, like a muscle strain or, something along those lines, just to kind of help reset that muscle, get it back to like a baseline working level. Just if it's flared up or kind of not quite like firing right. But yeah, it's been really helpful.
Yeah. And there's no reason to be concerned. I mean, when you hear the word needle, sometimes that'll turn some people off, but there's no reason for that, right?
No. So, I mean, really the risks with it are infection. Just anytime you break skin, there's risk of infection, but we use lots of alcohol and try and keep it as sterile as possible. And then people are sore sometimes for a couple hours afterwards. But yeah, for 99% of the spots we do, there's pretty much no risk at all.
Is this technique, is it somewhat new a little bit? Because, I mean, I just never remember. Now, when you think needles, I think acupuncture, but this is a little different than that, right?
Yeah, so this is different just because we're specifically targeting a muscle. So if you pull your hamstring, I'm going for the hamstring muscle right where it's sore. Whereas I don't totally know acupuncture as well, but it's more of like certain acupoints in the body where they're going to go to relieve certain symptoms somewhere else or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty new. I think maybe 15 years or so PTs have been doing it. And I think Richard Still's been doing it 10-ish years, somewhere in there.
Yeah. I knew that he was another one with team that was doing it. So
yep.
Good. So let's see, other things. I know that you guys continue to work with folks maybe recovering from certain types of surgery. I know that you work with people even when it just comes to their balance, especially as we get older. That's always important.
Yeah, I mean, so we see pretty much anything from like sprained my ankle yesterday to low back started hurting after working in the garden, or a lot of just strength and balance kind of as people get older. And kind of along with that, we've been doing more and more home health the last month or so. So we're actually getting pretty busy with that now too. And a lot of that is people who were in the hospital, get discharged, but aren't quite ready to be alone yet at home, or just have some obstacles to overcome at home. So we go in and work with OT and speech too. And so PT focuses on things like balance or like stairs or kind of transferring up from the chair to standing or to the toilet to standing. And then it kind of gets into like OT does a lot of like the bathroom stuff. And then speech does stuff with memory. So yeah, we just try and provide everything we can for people. But
you guys have to be busy.
We're a little bit busy, yeah. It's good, though.
Yes, I know it is good. And I know that Jeff and the crew continue to bring people in so that you're well-staffed. You do take walk-ins, right, at the Broken Bow Clinic?
Yep, we pretty much always take walk-ins. Pretty much any time from 7 to 5 or somewhere in there, people are always there to see you.
Yeah.
But
I know Dave will bring this up from time to time. We talk about the importance of shoes, and I'm thinking of cross-country kids. Boy, these kids have to have good shoes when you think about what they do for a fall sport activity. Do you guys have recommendations when it comes to shoes, whether it be for an athlete or just someone who wants to go out and walk? Do you have recommendations when it comes to shoes or anything?
So everyone's feet are different. I think just finding a shoe that gives you good support. So like me, for example, I have pretty flat arches, so getting a nice rigid shoe really makes my feet and knees feel way better. And I think just sticking to that kind of shoe, and kind of giving it a couple days to see if it works. But yeah, everyone's feet are kind of different. So like my wife has super high arches, so the shoes that work for her are pretty different than the shoes that work for me.
Yeah. But that's crazy. But the shoes do make a lot of difference, don't they?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And not just foot and ankle pain, but like I notice a difference in my knees if I wear bad shoes or if I wear sandals for a day or whatever,
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah. How long have you been with Team now?
Since June of last year. I was in Kearney up until about April. So, over a year now.
Good. Seems like it's going good for you.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to mention?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. We might mention that you have the Broken Bow office or clinic, and then you have other locations too. If people are listening further away, there might be one closer to them than Broken Bow, right?
Yep. So we're in Broken Bow, Kearney, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Burwell.
Okay. All right. Do they take walk-ins as well?
Yep. I think they all will take walk-ins, and pretty much all of them. All the things we cover here in Broken Bow, there's a good chance they cover them at those clinics too.
Okay. Thanks, Derek.
Yep, you betcha.
Appreciate it. Team Physical Therapy on the Breakfast Show this morning. Look forward to having you back.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. We'll take a quick timeout. Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Aero Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Aero Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Aero Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options.
It is no secret that cybersecurity and keeping your personal information safe and secure is very important. Scammers never stop and will do whatever they can to get your information. Some examples of what to be looking out for are spoofed phone calls, suspicious emails or texts, computer pop-ups, requests for urgent wire transfers or gift card purchases. If you are suspicious of fraud or a scam, always call your bank about the situation. Bruning Bank wants you to stay safe
That includes Husker items, Under Armour, shorts, spirit wear, and more. There's a great selection to grab, and with 20% off apparel, it's a great time to do it as the kids head back to the classroom. Geared for sports, for the athletes and the fans.
You've been to them, the bars, taverns, and grills that are exactly like the next. Not at Henry's in Callaway. They offer a bar experience unlike any other. Try one of Henry's fresh, handcrafted drinks or kick back for a beer with friends. If it's an appetite you're bringing with your thirst, look to their amazing homemade pizzas to fill you up. Available to dine in or carry out. Call 308-836-4484. A slice of lime and a good time await you at Henry's Bar in Callaway, the oasis in the middle of Nebraska.
8:23. There's the phone ringing in right now. I was just going to say we'll probably get a call in from Mark Stock in a moment or two. And lo and behold, there he is. So we'll get him hooked up and on the air here to talk about the Big Iron Auction Company very shortly. Do have a note here about Kane Brown.
Okay.
Country music guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we'll get to that in just a little bit.
All right, I'll look forward to it.
And also Randy Travis on stage together in Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a cool story. So we'll get to that right after these words, but first we'll get to Mark Stock.
The aisles are full of great prices at Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow. Smithfield all-natural bone-in country-style pork ribs are $2.49 a pound, and USDA choice T-bone steaks are $9.99 a pound. For dessert, Keebler or Mother's cookies are 2 for $6. Also 2 for $6 are Our Family ice cream squares. For your end-of-summer grill-out, Hunt's ketchup is 2 for $3. Our Family 100% juices are 2 for $6, and boxes of Cheez-Its are $1.99. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
It's your last chance to take advantage of summer clearance prices at Bow Bootery. You know there's still some warm weather left, or buy for next year at these awesome prices. What better way to start summer 2023 than by pulling your new shoes out of your closet? The summer clearance is coming to a close, so come in and see us now at Bow Bootery, east side of the square in Broken Bow.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My day starts right.
With Dave and Brent.
8:25. Mark Stock is on the line with Big Iron Auction Company. And Mark, we're wondering if you're going to Dublin, Ireland to take the Big Iron brand there and maybe have a barbecue over there. Are you going to be able to swing that?
Well, that sure would be fun. I didn't go. Ron Stock went instead.
Oh.
So, yeah. So he is there. Him and his wife, they had this planned, I think, 2 years ago when they were going to go, but that got all canceled out. So they already had tickets bought, and they just extended them all out, and they left, I think, Sunday afternoon. And, we haven't had the heart to tell Ron Stock that because he's still calling everybody that his phone is probably on roaming mode, so he'll probably have a $2,000 or $3,000 phone bill.
Hey, Mark, is he going to put up the big yellow tent at
I think he's
at
got
Dublin?
some kind of a plan. I think he tried to stuff as much yellow as he could in his travel bag. So
Nice.
I'm sure he'll have a presence. If you know my brother Ron Stock, he is probably going to get in front of the news media somewhere and tell everybody what's going on.
Good.
That's great. But you're busy here with the auctions and more auctions coming up. Tell us about it.
Well, we've got some real estate selling in Platte County, Nebraska today. 2 tracts, the Betty Jasper Estate Real Estate. There's 3 parcels of land by Platte Center, Nebraska, and then there's also the Kathleen Ernst Estate. This land is also in Platte County, south of Columbus. So if you're looking for irrigated land or dry crop land in those areas, Platte Center, Columbus area, please go to BigIron.com. The first auction starts to close at 10 a.m. Online on BigIron.com, and the second one at 11 o'clock. And more than likely, they will both go into bidding extension or overtime periods. But Jim Stock and John Stock are handling those transactions. So if you have any questions, you can sure reach out to those folks, and they'll get you all the information that you need. Now, we've got a lot of retirement sales on Wednesday of this week, and one of those is Cindy Mahoney and her husband, the late Pat Mahoney, who passed away earlier this year. Pat had a custom harvesting crew ever since I think he was 20 years old, so for 50-plus years. He did some custom harvesting, and we've sold his combines and his headers and such when he was alive, and then he passed away, and now He's got a couple extra trucks and his fancy service rig and his service equipment, and 135 items altogether, including a lot of his brand name Snap-on and Milwaukee John Deere quality tools, is all being sold today tomorrow, August the 24th on BigIron.com. So support that particular family. He's got a restored 4320 John Deere tractor. He's got a restored 3020 John Deere tractor. He's got a restored John Deere 40 that you just don't see every day. Plus, he's got his Peterbilt and International semi-trucks and Wilson triaxle grain trailers that are selling on BigIron.com. And then, boy, do we have a lot of sellers here, August the 24th. A total of 2,551 items selling, and items like a Hitachi excavator that's located in Moreland, Wyoming. It's the big ZX330LC with a hydraulic thumb, to the dump truck that's selling in Guthrie City, Iowa, to the Case IH Patriot 4440 self-propelled sprayer selling in Holstein, Iowa. There's a Caterpillar pipe layer selling in Colgate, Oklahoma. We got a big retirement sale in Winfield, Kansas, and one of their headliners is a Caterpillar D9G crawler dozer that will sell. We've got a Case IH E240 four-wheel drive combine selling in Wilbur, Nebraska. And we've also got a Hyundai wheel loader that's selling in Ottawa, Iowa. So, folks, if you're looking for equipment that's scattered all over the area, check it all out. In Bayard, Nebraska, there's a John Deere 7700 forage harvester with a New Holland rotary head. In Brock, Nebraska, retirement sale, folks, features a John Deere 9360R four-wheel drive tractor. We've got a really nice 4x4 Ford F550 crew cab service truck selling in Melrose, Minnesota. And the list goes on and on. How about a really nice drill? I know a lot of folks that are cutting their silage. They're cutting corn for silage because of some of the drought. They're going to go right back in with rye and or wheat. And we've got some really nice grain drills that are selling on BigIron.com here in the next couple of weeks. So if you need something like that, we encourage you to dial up the Big Iron site and call the owners. Their name and number is listed with every item that is selling on the website, so you can ask them questions about the items, and then you can bid with confidence as every item sells with no reserve. You don't bid against the seller. They're not allowed to do it, nor can they have a representative bidding on their behalf to jack up or run up the price. We do not allow that on BigIron.com. So the prices that you see are legitimate, and that's why we'll have 70,000, 80,000 people tomorrow watching this auction from across the globe, because people don't want to be gamed. And we appreciate the fact that the sellers have bought into the theory that when you put stuff on an absolute auction, it sells to the highest bidder, and in 99.9% of the cases, it brings more money than if you put it on an auction with reserve. So once again, a big sale tomorrow and a big sale then the following week. We do start the farm show season with the Farm Progress folks here in Boone, Iowa next week, and then 2 weeks later, we are in Grand Island, Nebraska at Husker Harvest Days, and we do have some items that are going to be sitting on our yard that will be selling on our classic car sale. We've got some classic tractors that are going to be on display. And then, of course, we've got several folks that have already scheduled their retirement sales for October, November, and December. And they will even be bringing one or two of their headliner pieces into either both the Boone, Iowa location or the Grand Island, Nebraska location, so people can see some awareness about the equipment that they're selling on the Big Iron website. Once again, a great lineup of equipment selling every Wednesday, plus a handful of these single seller sales that we're proud to present and support, as a lot of these farm families, they've spent their life doing what they love, and that is supporting agriculture and helping feeding the world with food, fiber, and fuel. And we want to give them that moment in the sun as they make that decision to retire. And if that's something you want to do, and you want to expose your machinery to these hundreds of thousands of people that watch every week, and the 75,000 to 85,000 people that will be watching on Wednesdays or any day of the week, we encourage you to call us at 1-800-937-3558. And, folks, we're also scheduling a lot of real estate right now that will sell here in September and October and November and December. Probably the largest calendar of real estate auctions that we have had in the history of our company will be presented here. When you get to Grand Island, you're going to see a whole bunch of them. I think there's close to 75 land auctions scattered throughout the Midwest that are already scheduled, and there's another 40 or 50 in the queue. As a lot of folks want to sell their farms or their ranches. Some folks have inherited the land. a couple years back, and they realize that they're getting older, and they've got multiple family members that own it, and they just want to sell it so their children don't have to deal with owning land with their cousins or with their aunts and their uncles. And we see that happening a lot right now. If that's the situation that you're in and you'd like to talk to us about it, we're always available to sit down and have conversation, even if it's on a Saturday or a Sunday, because I know that's when a lot of families meet. We can sure do that. Our phone number is 1-800-937-3558, 1-800-937-3558.
All right, Mark, thanks so much for another update. Always enjoy listening to what you have going on, and look forward to you talking a little bit more about Grand Island as that gets a little bit closer.
Hey, we are looking forward to that as well. I'll be your Action News reporter live on location.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, thank you.
All right. Mark Stock at Big Iron Auction Company. 70,000 to 80,000 people will be watching the auction tomorrow. That's pretty amazing.
Yes.
So Casey Williams is celebrating his birthday today, and we're going to have another airplane song coming up in his honor. Just a nice subject to have today.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we want to tell you about Kane Brown and Randy Travis. This story you might get out the tissues here because it was a pretty memorable moment. Kane Brown was doing a show in Oklahoma over this past weekend, and he brought out country legend Randy Travis on the stage and serenaded him with one of Randy's most famous songs, 3 Wooden Crosses. While Randy was in a wheelchair, he suffered a stroke back in 2013. I think most of you remember that. He had to go have 2 brain surgeries following that. So Kane started the song standing up and eventually sat down next to Randy and gave him the mic for the last note.
Wow.
And the crowd loved it. And Randy actually released a song a year ago maybe that he actually sang and they produced and they released it. So he was able to put together one song. Now, certainly, knowing Randy Travis as we remember him in the music business, he was putting out a song about every month when he was, really, really going, it seemed like. But he's a traditional country singer. I thought it was pretty cool that Kane Brown honored him on stage. I thought you folks might like to listen to that story. We're going to also ask you to get out the tissues later. A study that shows dogs actually cry when you come home after you've been gone for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, true story. Well, the study anyway is true.
All right.
Or we're telling you about the study that was done. That part's true. I think dogs cry.
Yeah, I think they can get sad. I've seen that.
Yeah, and they can get happy.
And yes, they can.
So we'll talk about that during the show today. We cover the tough issues here on The Breakfast Show.
You know it.
I'm just going to, maybe it's my age, but it used to drive me crazy. But I happen to love crickets. I think they're
Really?
neat little insects. And I think they bring you luck. And you don't want to kill a cricket.
Oh.
Don't step on a cricket.
Seriously?
Oh, man, that's the worst thing you can do.
I didn't know that bring you bad luck. Honestly, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. You don't. No, don't do it. Trust me on that. But
well,
I just got
when they're keeping me up at night, man, and if I roll out of bed, there's even been times I grab the flashlight and I'm just looking around. And then you happen to come upon it, you see it in the corner, you're like, ha-ha, I'm going to take care of you. You go in there, you go in for the kill, I guess.
But
and all of a sudden they hop away from you. Then you really get angry.
But really, how often, what's the odds, 1 out of 10 times that's happened in your life did you find the cricket? Because their sound is very deceptive. You think it's in that corner. That's
very true.
And it's not in the other end of the house.
Oh, there have been times I haven't been able to find it. But then there have been times where I've made it my mission to find it. And I have found it.
And then you kill the cricket.
Yes.
So just think back during that period of time, something bad that happened following that moment when you took the life of that sacred cricket, and then later you had a stroke of bad luck. Something happened. Maybe you had a fender bender, or you smashed your finger with a hammer. That's all due to killing that cricket.
Oh. Okay. I was able to go back to sleep, though.
I think that's sad. I've just got to the point, because I sleep in the basement, and every year there's some crickets. And it's an old basement.
Are you able to sleep through that?
I kind of enjoy it.
Really? I don't know what it is, but there's just something that, now if they're like outside and they're kind of chirping, I guess that if it's a faint chirp, but it's the ones that are in the house where you swear they're like on the pillow next to you chirping, because they're just so loud. Those drive me crazy. Can't stand them.
I was just thinking about something with the crickets that may change your mind. First of all, as you get older, they just don't. Maybe I don't.
Really?
Maybe I don't hear as well.
So you can sleep through it.
Well, it wakes me up, and I think that's kind of cool. I like that cricket.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, if it wakes me up, I can't go back to sleep.
So, let's face it. The last few years for the Nebraska football team, they've had some bad luck. They've struggled.
Yeah.
And you killed the cricket.
Oh, great. You're putting the blame on me?
Well,
here's the worst, though. Going back to the cricket, how many times have you heard it? You get up out of bed to go find it, and then it quits chirping.
It'll do that.
Oh, I hate that.
You know why? He's trying to save you from bad luck.
Now, he's just trying to irritate me. What he doing?
And save his own life.
Well, maybe.
Remember all those games last year where Nebraska was
leading?
Now
stop it. Now you're making me feel bad.
Came up short, and bad things happened, and they made these mistakes and fumbled and all of that. Well,
I hope we're okay for this weekend, because I stepped on one just the other day.
I wouldn't have admitted that on the air. You're going to get a lot of emails if they don't win in Ireland. We're playing plain songs today. Because it's Casey Williams' birthday.
If you had not have fallen, then I would not have
Willie Nelson, Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Well, here's that study we were talking about, folks. Dogs cry the most when they haven't seen you in a while. You want more proof that dogs are the best? Apparently, they cry tears of joy when you come home from after being gone for a while. Researchers in Japan have found dogs have tear ducts that well up during positive emotional situations, like when dogs are, back together with their owner after an absence. They don't exactly sob like people do, but scientists think the waterworks are triggered by a hormone, kind of like we have. We'll call it a love hormone. Yeah.
Okay.
We won't go too far with that. But anyway, that's oxy something or another. It's a hormone. It's triggered by that.
I see.
Oxytocin, something like that.
I have no idea.
But it's a love hormone.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. That was a study on dogs. I don't think that's out of the question.
No, I would agree with you. That's a study that I would think would be accurate, maybe.
And if it isn't, it's okay to think that.
And the study was done in Japan. It seems like the last few studies you have read on the breakfast show have all been done in Japan.
Well, that's because they eat crickets.
Oh, well.
Now, I'm surprised they don't have really bad luck if they eat crickets.
Honestly, I don't.
Eat them alive.
Are you just making this up? Step on a cricket, it's bad luck. Did you just make that up to make me feel bad because I step on crickets or not?
You Google it.
Okay, I might.
Hey, here's an idea for you.
Okay.
Do you have trouble losing your keys to your car?
Do I have trouble with it?
Well, does it happen once in a while?
Yeah. There are times when I'm maybe looking for them. My wallet is probably at the top of the list for me.
Yeah.
I'm always running around screaming, "Have you seen my wallet?"
Wallet
drives my wife crazy.
Eyeglasses. I'm always trying to find my glasses.
Are you?
Where did I put my glasses?
Yeah. Well, and they're hard to find when you don't have them on.
Exactly. But if you lose your car keys or you have trouble remembering where you put them, there's a solution to that.
Oh?
Yes. Driver implants.
Okay. Well, tell me more.
If you've misplaced your keys, often, do what a guy in Detroit did. He had an implant in his hand. It was a chip.
Okay.
From his key fob.
All right.
Placed under the skin of the back of his hand. So now he never has to remember to bring his keys. He has that right in the top of his hand. And the chip's about the size of a grain of rice, and they just put it under the skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does the chip do again? It acts as a key fob?
Yeah. Well, it's out of the key fob. I think it's the chip. It's about the size of a piece of rice.
Okay.
Put it under your skin on top of your hand, and then you just hold your hand up and start the car, I guess.
Yeah, that was my question. So it's not a chip to lead you to your car keys. No. It serves as your car key.
You just have them with you all the time, in your hand, under the skin.
Oh, that's crazy. Really?
Yes. It's about a trial group that's testing them out, and that's what he joined the trial group and testing to see how that works.
Well, I guess you wouldn't have to worry about locking your keys in the car.
Exactly.
Again.
Exactly. And you don't need a surgeon to do it. You can even, go to somebody who does piercings.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that.
Well, that's what the story says. I don't know. We're going to be talking about Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership, Circle V Stitch and Post, Nebraska Owners Insurance, Nebraska Land Hearing, and the Quilting Shack. and the tumbleweed next half hour. As a matter of fact, let's just talk about the tumbleweed right now.
All right.
We can just tell you that the tumbleweed is open 7 days a week, and they have breakfast for you anytime at the tumbleweed, plus daily specials, noon and evening. On Sundays, they have this great buffet. I think almost everybody knows about the Sunday buffet because the place is full on Sundays. I like the ad that Christy recorded about the tumbleweed. When people from out of town drive into town, they wonder what's going on there because there's cars there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
People like to go in and have meals. They like to have coffee. And they also like to have business meetings and receptions in the meeting or / party room that they'll rent you at a very reasonable price, and they'll cater you right there as well. So it's all there at the Tumbleweed Cafe. And by the way, they are, of course, looking for some additional help. They would like to fill all their positions back up now that things have kind of settled down. And Carmen would be more than happy to accept your application, your resume, and visit with you about how they can work with you with your schedule and work a few days a week, half days, whatever you can work in. I think they'd be interested in talking to you at the Tumbleweed Cafe, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Carmen will take care of you. Her crew is ready to wait on you when you walk in, or you can do the drive-through. You can order ahead. They even have, I don't know if you can put the chip in your hand or not. That would be handy if you could just talk into your hand and say, Carmen, I want a cheeseburger.
It could be coming. Who knows?
It might be on its way. It just might be. So we have for you a little music from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's called Aeroplane.
telemetry and field net to expand where you may not have previously been able to get it. These bridges also mean cheaper annual subscriptions, so talk to Lance to see what he can do for you. In need of tires but don't want to upgrade to NF tracks? Custer Electric has 11.2 by 38 tires on hand and ready for your pivots. Finally, is your pivot leaking more water than irrigating? This is your reminder to not settle for second best on sprinklers. Update your sprinkler packages today for install before service season. For all this and more, call Lance at 880-1507. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
71 degrees outside under a sunny sky. You're listening to KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. And thank you to Custer Electric and Irrigation for bringing you weather and news here at 9 on this Tuesday. As I mentioned, my good friend Brent, co-host and neighbor, brother and son all in one, the important issues of the day are brought forward here on the Breakfast Show. So I'd like you to know, folks, a man has set a world record of inflating balloons with his nose.
With his nose? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A world record.
Yep. He's from Boise, Idaho.
Okay.
And his name is David Rush. He set a new benchmark by inflating 10 balloons in under 1 minute with just his nose.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. He's one of those guys that's really into the Guinness World Records. He has several others.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Okay. Well, congratulations to him.
He's the world's fastest juggler, most consecutive Frisbee catches, and the fastest throw of a hot dog.
Fastest throw of a hot dog?
Yes. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
But he doesn't do it just for the glory. He promotes STEM education through his feats in the world record business.
Oh.
His latest has been blowing up 10 balloons in less than a minute with his nose. More important information on the Breakfast Show for you each and every day.
Well, he must have good, clear sinuses. I mean, I assume he did it when he didn't have a cold.
Or allergies.
I don't know. I've never, not that I ever will, but I can't say I've ever had a desire to see if I could even blow up one balloon with my nose.
I think it'd give you a headache, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't want to be gross, but it would,
well,
I don't know, would you have some stuff in the balloons? I mean, you're basically blowing your nose, right?
Yeah.
Into a balloon. That's kind of gross.
I wouldn't want
Imagine if the balloon popped. That could be really sick.
Ooh, yeah. Don't hold it up to the light. Do you have anything over there you'd like to highlight?
Well, yeah, we've got some business to take care of. You want to do some of that?
Yep, and I'll throw in some events as we go along.
All
here.
right. Don't forget, tomorrow is Wednesday, so that means the Cleaning Shack is ready to collect your items for dry cleaning. Cleaning Shack is right here in Broken Bow to help with your dry cleaning, located inside the Quilting Shack, which you'll find right off East Highway 2. Drop-off deadline is on Wednesday by 11:30, so make sure you have it in tomorrow by 11:30 so you can have it back the following Wednesday by 3. And while you're in there, make sure you check out what the Quilting Shack has to offer. They have a great variety of projects and material available. The Quilting Shack, East Highway 2, Broken Bow. They're open today through Friday, 11 to 5:30, and open on Saturdays from 11 until 4. But again, if you have some garments that need to be dry cleaned, get them in by 11:30 tomorrow.
All right. Thursday, the Broken Bow Food Pantry will be open from 1 until 3 at 1100 South 6th. And there will be a blood drive in Ansley at the Ansley School from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Welcome Tina Hurt to the Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency family, as Tina has kind of taken over the Broken Bow office and location now. Had a nice visit with her and Chip a few days ago when they came in to visit here on the Breakfast Show. Of course, they're with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Man, look at the calendar. October's like right around the corner, and that means open enrollment period when it comes to health insurance and things. So wouldn't be a bad idea to contact Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency and maybe get an appointment set so that you're ready for that. Liana is kind of the expert when it comes to the health insurance aspect of their business, but they handle all kinds of different insurance, whether it be home, auto, farm, and commercial policies. They can help you out. So visit them today at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Offices in Broken Bow, Callaway, and even abroad throughout Nebraska.
Friday, there will be a remote broadcast, as we've done for so many years, from the Nebraska State Fair in Grand Island. And we'll be at the Custer Public Power District booth. And that will be, it looks like here, 8:30, we'll start our broadcast on the Breakfast Show. And there'll be some NPPD people there as usual. It's always very interesting, and it's the first day of the State Fair. So we'll be covering that for you. So be sure and listen on Friday, live remote from the State Fair starting at 8:30 with Custer Public Power.
Circle V Stitch and Post, located north of Broken Bow out on Paulson Road. Velma ready to help get your creation started today with her wonderful quality custom embroidery service. Velma can always help you create something you will love. Has some new items, new apparel styles in stock, as well as allowing you to order just what you need out of her many catalogs that she deals with. Make sure you put Circle V on your list when trying to find the perfect gift for the people in your life. Contact Velma today to get your creation started, 872-6173.
The Food Bank of the Heartland will be at the Berean Bible Church in Broken Bow on Saturday from 9 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. Now, this is a drive-up situation again. You don't have to get out of your car, and they'll be handing out food until the food is gone to help support families and provide food where there is a high need but limited resources. Anyone is welcome, and food recipients are asked to bring boxes or bags, extra boxes or bags as well. No documentation is needed. It's free of charge.
Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska with the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Roxanne offering some special deals throughout the month of August, so make a call today to set up an appointment and find out more. Her number is 308-384-3852. That's 308-384-3852. No need to travel to Lincoln or Omaha or anywhere because Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. Plus, you get that good follow-up local service when you go see Roxanne. So give her a call today at 308-384-3852. You'll find the Nebraska Land Hearing Center in downtown Broken Bow in the Broken Bow Chamber Building.
You can buy a ticket for the Team Jack Foundation fundraiser. First place is $20,000, second place is $5,000, and third place is $2,500 if your ticket is drawn. Now, the tickets are $100, but your odds are pretty good for this one. And more importantly, the proceeds go to the Team Jack Foundation. And you can go to the teamjackfoundation.org/ to make your purchase. And you can also take a look at it on sandhillsexpress.com to buy one as well.
Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership is looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler cook in Broken Bow. Good starting wage, great benefits, looking for someone with their high school diploma or equivalent, previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. You would be purchasing food and preparing meals, complying with USDA requirements, responsible for cleaning classroom and doing dishes, laundry, etc. You can apply by going to their website, which is centralnebraskacap.com. If you would like more information, you can contact them at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Oh, no.
Oh, just in on our chat box.
Oh, yeah?
Steve Hornickel sends in, he must use Navage to have enough air through the nose to blow up those balloons.
That's probably true. Yeah. In fact, he may have heard the advertisement running right here on the breakfast show for Navage and got
Steve.
some.
Yeah. Hard to argue that point, Steve. Also, good morning to Denise and Jody on our chat box on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Fly Like an Eagle, the Steve Miller Band, in honor of
Casey Williams' birthday.
Because he's a pilot.
Exactly.
Flies planes.
So we've been playing songs about flying and planes. And
so we'll conclude with another Steve Miller song.
Okay.
When the time comes. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick time out.
It's your last chance to take advantage of summer clearance prices at Beau Bootery. You know there's still some warm weather left. Or buy for next year at these awesome prices. What better way to start summer 2023 than by pulling your new shoes out of your closet? The summer clearance is coming to a close, so come in and see us now at Beau Bootery, east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Big Tech and the Deep State have an alliance to stop Donald Trump. Dick Morris reveals their dark plan in his new book, The Return. It also reveals Trump's secret plan to win in 24. A #1 Amazon bestseller, The Return says America is at risk. Newsmax says you must read it. Get Dick Morris's The Return or see the free offer and save $28. Call 800-NEWSMAX, 800-NEWSMAX, or go to thereturn911.com. Thereturn911.com.
If you're like me and suffer from toenail fungus, please pay close attention. Nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. But no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique two-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800-764-9219.
It is 9:22. Change of plans. We have a different song to play for you to conclude our pilot and flying show today.
Okay.
But I did want to get this in because I thought it'd be of interest to our listeners and to you. A punter, I don't know if you read this or not, a punter was hit with a drug test request after an 81-yard punt.
Wow.
So he punted 81 yards.
Okay.
And then he was notified that there would be a drug test.
So in other words, if he would have shanked it and it went 18 yards, he'd have been fine.
The Saints punter, Blake Gillikin, ripped an 81-yard punt at a preseason game. Now, the Saints lost their Friday night contest against the Packers 20-10, but he nailed that 81-yarder, and he received a text Sunday morning asking him to do a drug test. Less than 3 hours after the message was sent, Blake tweeted a screenshot of the text captioning, punt at your own risk in the NFL.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, did you know that Tom Brady's back with the Buccaneers now?
Yeah, I heard that. All is good with the world now. Think about how good the world is right now. Tom Brady's back. Ben and Jen have been married multiple times in a month. I think they're truly back together now. I tell you what, the world's in good shape.
The attendants at the wedding all wore white, and they wore white. Yes, the world is in bliss, except for the stock market.
Do you think? Do you think that maybe that's why Tom Brady wasn't at Tampa Bay, because he and Giselle were going to the Ben and Jen wedding? He had to wait for the wedding to conclude, and then he was able to join the team again?
Well, he's been gone 11 days.
Well?
And he came back, and he said it was a personal family thing.
Well, there you go. Maybe they were invited to the wedding.
Part of the Affleck family.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to promo your sports a little bit before we go? You've got a big night tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be live at Kincaid Brewing Company. We'll be there as part of the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club Fall Sports Kickoff. We'll be visiting with members of and coaches of the Broken Bow High School fall sports teams, introducing them to you. That'll be tonight at Kincaid. We'll also visit with the cheer squad as well, I believe. We'll get things started at around 5:30. And it'll just be a great time. So come on out and join us. There's no kind of admission to get into the event. They are going to be serving a nice kind of grilled and barbecued meal that you can purchase if you wish. So come on out and join us live. We'll also broadcast it live on KBBN 95.3 FM. So that'll be tonight at Kincaid Brewing Company. And then later in the week, we'll begin our high school fall sports coverage on KCNI and KBBN. On KBBN Thursday night, we'll have our first area football game of the year. And what a good area game it'll be. Twin Loop taking on Anselmo Myrna. Kickoff at 7 o'clock Central, and we'll have it for you Thursday night on KBBN. Larry and Jeremy, I believe, will be the two guys calling that one for you. And then yours truly will head to Hershey on Thursday night, where we'll have the season opener for the Broken Bow volleyball team as Broken Bow takes on Hershey. And you'll be able to listen to that on KCNI Radio. And we'll also do a live video stream of the volleyball match for you as well on Thursday that you can access on the Sandhills Express Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. Then on Friday, Mr. Kirk Crowley will rejoin me for another season of Broken Bow football as we'll be on the road and travel to Albion for Broken Bow's season opener against Boone Central. That'll be on Friday. And because we don't have an area football game on Friday, we're going to do a simulcast of the Broken Bow football game since it's their season opener, so you can hear it on KCNI and on KBBN. And then, of course, through the rest of the year, every Broken Bow football game, once again this season, will be heard live on KCNI 1280 AM and 96.3 FM. So that's what we have coming up. And then don't forget the Huskers. They'll kick off their season Saturday. And once again, KBBN 95.3 FM is your home for Husker football in the area. We'll have live coverage of the game for you with pregame beginning at 9:30 Saturday morning, and then kickoff from Dublin scheduled for 11:30.
All right, that's what's coming up. Plus, there's a whole lot more we'll tell you about tomorrow on the Wednesday edition of the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. And we want to have our final song this morning for Casey Williams on his birthday as we're honoring pilots out there and airplanes.
Okay.
Just kind of popped up this morning. That's how it works here on the Breakfast Show. So happy birthday to anybody out there that's having a birthday, and I hope that you fly through the day with Casey Williams.
Be like Dave and Brent and just fly by the seat of your pants.
Well, that sometimes works.